work out when the world began and when it's going to end from all the numbers there, and he's been doing this. One of his colleagues says he goes through the numbers in the Bible rather like doing a Sudoku puzzle and worked it out from that.
Do you think he's right?
No, I don't think he's right at all. I think the chances of anyone being able to predict the end day are so remote that it's far more realistic to think about one's own end, perhaps.
It is a bit worrying, though, because those who go along with his theory, some of them have sold their houses, they've moved away, they're preparing for this, and he said it before, it didn't happen then, it might not happen now, so therefore he does have influence.
Yes, he does. I've spoken to one chap who handed his house keys over to his sister and said, "I'm not coming back," and he gave up a very lucrative job in New York in order to be able to go around the world with this theory as an ambassador.
We've had a text in from Roger, and he says it's not for mankind to know the time for this event as with the second coming of Christ. And he's quoting from Matthew. He says, "Watch therefore, you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man is coming."
Well, that is the standard quote that Orthodox Christians will, of course, come up with. It's got to be remembered, of course, that Harold Camping is a very idiosyncratic and fundamentalist preacher. He's not mainstream in any way at all. I think there is perhaps in all this some sort of symptom of an anxiety, perhaps. People know that life is fragile, they know that we're not immortal, and these moments come along and remind us of them.
Now you look at apocalypse theories, plural, so there are obviously more than just this one.
Well, over the last 2,000 years or so, I think there have been about 200 where specific days have actually been mentioned. Some of them have had a few followers, some of them had a lot of followers. The granddaddy of them was actually in 1844. William Miller said that the world was going to end, and his movement ended with what was known as the Great Disappointment.
When you see events, the natural events we've had this year alone, for instance, does it lend perhaps some credence to some of these theories?
Yes, because there are other Bible passages that say when the end is nigh, certain things are going to happen, and earthquakes are one of those indicators. But then there have always been earthquakes. Exactly when the key earthquakes are going to happen is anybody's guess. And as you say, St. Matthew, those words from St. Matthew say that no one knows, only God knows.
Ted Harrison, thank you. Let's look at the weather. Here's Chris Fawkes. Chris.
Hi Martine, we've got real mixed fortunes